Al-Tawl was a Palestinian village 14 kilometers northeast of Acre in the British Mandate district of Acre, depopulated as a result of military assault and capture during the 1947–1948 civil war in Mandatory Palestine as part of Operation Ben Ami, by the Carmeli Brigade of the Israel Defense Forces. History. The twin villages of Al-Tawl and nearby Al-Nahr were both sites of ancient settlements atop the Tell of Kabri. Recent excavations indicate habitation back to the 18th century BC. In the Ottoman period, a mill was shown here on Pierre Jacotin's map from 1799. In 1875, the French explorer Victor Guérin visited the village, which he called Tell. He described it. Below the village extend fresh and verdant gardens where the water flows and murmurs incessantly in little canals, and where lofty poplars and great nut trees, which recall Europe, mingle with the trees of Palestine. Near here is a mill, worked by water falling from a higher basin, which acts as a reservoir for a spring as abundant as that of Ras El Ain. After leaving the mill, the water forms a stream which fertilizes the adjacent orchards. This raised and broad reservoir, whence the water escapes by an opening made for the purpose in the edge of the reservoir, is of modern construction, as is shown by the stones, but its first building must be ancient, because it is difficult to believe that the ancients should have neglected to get all the advantage possible from so important a spring. In 1881, the Palestine Exploration Fund's survey of Western Palestine described the village as a stone and adobe village, containing about 200 Muslims, with figs, olive, pomegranate, and mulberry trees and gardens. There are 2 streams of water at this village. The layout of the village was rectangular. Its houses were built from stone and concrete or from mud. In 1944–45, the population of Al-Tawl was 300. 1948 War and aftermath. Al-Tawl was captured by the Carmeli Brigade during Operation Ben Ami. There are no recorded Israeli settlements on the village land. According to the Palestinian historian Walid Khalidi, the remaining structures on the village land were in 1992. The site is covered with the rubble of stone houses and is overgrown with wild grass. One stone house still stands, but its facade is missing and it is about to crumble. Cactuses and fig trees grow on the southern slopes of the site. There are 4 identifiable Roman and Byzantine tombs in the cemetery that lies on the northern slopes. A Christ thorn tree stands in its midst. Recent excavations has uncovered several ancient graves, and the place has been turned into an archaeological site. In 1993, when A. Peterson visited the place, the only structure he found standing was a cistern, known as Birkat al-Mafshuk, located north of the Tell. In 1881, it had been described as a birkat of masonry, and a large perennial spring, with a stream flowing from it to the sea. The stream is called Nahr Mafshuk, gives very plentiful supply of water. Quote, according to Peterson, the birkat was rectangular with a semicircular extension at the west end.